As the sky darkened over Golgotha and the earth trembled, the Son of God, beaten, bloodied, and nearly breathless, cried out with a voice that shook both heaven and history, "Eli, Eli, Lama Sabachthani?" My God, why have you forsaken me? Matthew chapter 27, verse 46. Why did Jesus say this in Aramaic? Jesus was fluent in Hebrew, the language of the Scriptures. He knew Greek, the language of empire, but he lived and taught in Aramaic, the language of the people, the language of pain and joy, of family, friendship, and prayer. And on the cross, it was this mother tongue, not Latin, not Greek, not even Hebrew, that pierced the air. Why? Because even in his last breath, Jesus chose to speak to us in the language we'd understand. The cry wasn't only aimed at heaven, it was meant for us. Eli, Eli wasn't confusion. It wasn't loss of faith. It was a quotation. The first line of Psalm chapter 22. A psalm written centuries before, by David, about a suffering servant surrounded by mockers, pierced in hands and feet, and ultimately vindicated by God. Jesus wasn't crying in despair, he was declaring prophecy. In quoting Psalm chapter 22, Jesus was telling the world, this was always the plan. My suffering is not meaningless, my abandonment is your adoption, my agony is your access. He spoke in Aramaic because he was bearing the sin of the entire world, and he wanted even the least and the lost to know, I see you, I suffer for you, I speak your language. And isn't that what God has always done? Not a distant deity speaking in riddles from the heavens, but a present Savior, bleeding on a cross, calling out in the tongue of the broken, the misunderstood, the betrayed. He spoke your language so you'd know, you are not alone. So the next time life feels dark, when heaven feels silent, when you're crying out in the language of heartbreak, remember, he's already spoken in that language. And through the cross, God is no longer silent. He's answering in love, in blood, in resurrection. Subscribe, like, share, and follow for more Bible mysteries revealed.